So I'm going fishing on a plane. I'm in Atikokan, Ontario, which is the canoe capital of Canada. I'm taking off from this seaplane and we are headed into the Great Ontario Wilderness. Constantly I'm reminded that Ontario is huge, let alone Canada, and flying in a small plane over the wilderness, seeing lake after lake after lake, and these impenetrable pine forests, I was reminded of the fact that Canada is wild. After only some 30 minutes flying from Atikokan, we came to Tip Top Lodge at the top of Sanford Lake. This is where I'd be spending the next few days, having a go at fishing. I didn't waste any time. The minute I got out of the plane, I set out in a boat, looking for fish.
Nice one. Good job.
My first Canadian fish.
My first walleye was beginner's luck, and not long after, as we head back for camp, I heard my first loon.
So last night was just to give us a taste. I slept great, had a big Canadian breakfast, and now we're headed out for the real thing. A whole day out on the lake.
I was thrilled to be fishing, but I was even more excited to simply be out on these lakes. The lakes of Ontario define this province. They go on forever, and luckily I had great weather when I was there, so it was calm, and I could see the sun, the sky, the clouds, the forest, everything reflected in a mirror image across this pure water. I set to fishing right away and had absolutely no success. Hot, tired, exhausted, and feeling like the world's worst fisherman, I head to shore for a break. Yeah, the water's cold, but if you keep jumping in, it feels warmer.
So, Lake Sanford is one of about 250,000 lakes in Ontario. It's quite far north, so it's quite cold. About 6 weeks ago, this was ice. Right now, the water temperature is about 55 degrees Fahrenheit, but very refreshing after sitting in a boat in the sun all morning.
Thankfully, some other people caught some bass, so there was fresh fish to be cooked on the fire for lunch. And it smelled so incredible.
And I'm American, so a little bit of ketchup. Okay. This fish was swimming about 20 minutes ago. Delicious.
Part of fishing is a waiting game, patience and persistence. Besides, I was having fun seeing what everyone else was catching.
This is a northern pike, which are in these lakes all over the Thunder Bay area. Huge, huge fish.
Oh, he's more than 36. Yeah.
Oh, it's only 30.
By evening time, I got serious again. I really wanted to catch a fish, and there were a lot of fish to be had. I had seen them swimming around. So I sat there, jiggling my rod. We were using leeches for bait. I kept casting over and over again, and hoping for a fish. Then suddenly, something changed, and they started biting.
There we go. Right on. There's lunch.
Okay, let me just hold it up. Ta-da!
Then another.
You ready to stack it?
There we go. Fish flopping all over the place.
And more. I kept catching walleye. Couldn't stop.
Good job.
The water was so clear I could see the fish taking the bait.
Here we are, my fourth fish of the evening, a walleye. These guys are fun to catch.
I know I appreciate the fish more because it took me all day to catch them. And going back to the lodge for a second night, I was just overwhelmed by the peace
of this place and how relaxed I felt. I loved it.